As a small biz pro, so we roll, using procurement, program, and control. As a small biz pro, so we grow, using procurement, program, and control. I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. Oh yeah, I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. Oh yeah, I'm a businessman.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Business Zone with Crystal and Gilbert. I am Crystal Mitchell and my co-host Gilbert is out of town. He's doing a training session with Las Vegas on getting their contractors ready for the stadium. The Raiders are coming to Las Vegas. So he will be there for another 3 weeks. But in the meantime, I have my girl as my guest co-host, Ms. Dawn Strozier.
Crystal, and I'm so happy to be here.
I'm happy to have you here. So this is Friday, May 11th.
May 11th.
And so we are going to have a fantastic show. Again, this is the Powerhouse Women. We had some Powerhouse Women last Friday.
And let me say this.
What?
When I was making my transition from the business world to entrepreneurship, I really wish I had these women in my life. My goodness, just reading their bios and seeing these familiar faces, I tell you, it would have made my transition a lot easier. So I'm excited about the show. It's really going to be a blessing to our listeners.
I know.
Yes.
And, I didn't have it either. When I transitioned from corporate America to entrepreneur, nobody I knew was an entrepreneur. Everybody was working for somebody. So I was a real lone man. That's why I read so much, because I had no choice.
Oh, is that why?
I had no choice.
But let me say this. Let me say that because of you, and because of the Bella Network, and because of a few other platforms that I'm so happy to be a part of, these women that are just taking this world by storm. I mean, I'm learning.
You learning?
And I made a whole lot of mistakes in the beginning, but I'm on track now.
You're on track?
You got me straight. Alicia got me straight. So I'm really excited about the show. I get to learn some more stuff.
I know.
You're keeping me on my toes.
That's the way we do it.
Making
we got
changes
to do that
every day.
Every single. So it is really, you're benefiting from it.
Oh yes, just knowing you. Period.
Oh,
I used to call you the information queen. The information queen is about to be on the show in a moment, so I'm gonna have to call you just the book.
The book.
Or no, the information diva is coming on the show.
Right.
So that's too close for me. I'm just gonna call you the book.
The book.
The book of information.
And when I first started coming to the aerobic room, every now and then everybody, because you guys all knew each other, so every now and then I'd throw in a little information, and y'all be going, "Where did that come from?"
Yes, she knows about everything in terms of your business and just helping your business grow. Crystal. You've been given a gift, lady. And she's excited, and you're excited about sharing the information.
Yeah, I have no problem sharing it. That's why it's been given to me.
Yeah, so this was definitely what you were supposed to be doing.
Yeah, I think it is.
No doubt.
In fact, you know Carolyn Hines. Everybody knows Carolyn Hines, right? So Carolyn put on Facebook this week and it was about super heroes and superpowers.
Right.
And so she was asking everyone what were their superpowers, and your superpower gift.
Right.
So I put on mine was discernment and wisdom.
And that's just one.
And what's yours? What do you think yours is?
Everything.
You're just a super woman.
Because all my friends make me super women, you know?
Yeah, I know.
I used to date a guy whose one of his brothers was a graphic designer. One of his brothers he had 5 brothers, and all of them had 5 different talents, and he knew all of them well.
Really?
So that's what I consider myself. I'm blessed and gifted to be around a group of women that are well established in their careers and know a lot of stuff, and I learn a little bit from everyone. So yeah.
And then we learn from you because with all the work that we do and the stress that we put ourselves under, you help us stay our conscious to eat right and force us to lift weights and
you said I force you to lift weights. You can say that again. And it's not too late to get ready for the summer. I just got a message on Wednesday regarding our show last week was asking me, is it too late? No, it's never too late to make some changes. You can make some significant changes in a short period of time. You just got to make the decision you want to make them.
You know, there was one lady that I admire for that was the lady that I think she's 70 or 80 now, and she didn't start working out till she was 60. Ernestine Shepherd, right?
And doesn't she look amazing?
Oh my God, that woman is awesome looking, and she didn't start until she was like 62 or 63.
Yes, but she's consistent.
Yeah.
She made up in her mind. She was going to do it, and she did it. And every single day she has a regimen. And the kid's success is just finding a routine and doing it every day.
Yeah.
Like clockwork.
Yeah.
And the results will come.
It will come because with her, and so it's never too late.
Never too late.
Because I think it was her sister died, and so with that she was changing, and she started walking, and now she's
an inspiration to the world.
Yeah, she is, and she's holding her own fitness classes.
Yes.
And then what's the lady that owns the restaurant in Inglewood? Yeah.
So I met her there. You know, I get stopped all the time saying that you look like the lady from
You
Stuff.
do.
And I said, well, I hope she's cute.
Yeah, she is.
Is she married? 'Cause, I mean, you know, they say, and I was in the gym, and I saw this lady from afar, and I could tell, and I said, oh my gosh, she looks absolutely amazing. And I walked over to her, and I said, I just got to know your name. And she said, well, you might know my restaurant. And I said, no, really? Stuff I eat? She said, yes. I said, I'm your twin. I get that all the time. And to see how beautiful you are, you stopped me from across the room. I was like, so next time when people say that I look like you, I'm just going to say, yes, I do. And she's absolutely beautiful.
So you found your doppelganger,
yes.
huh?
She's a little older than I am, and she wears it well.
I know.
So it gives me a glimpse of what I'm going to look like.
She's beautiful. She's beautiful. And I don't know what her story is. Maybe I have to get her on the show.
And she works hard. Oh, you have to get her here.
Yeah, get her on the show.
She works incredibly hard.
Yeah, and I never knew who she was until I think she was at some health event. And I happened to see her pictures like, whoa.
Right.
So that'll make you go eat healthy if you're going to look like this.
And they have really great food there.
Do they? I haven't been there, but
it's a vegan spot.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
And she looks good as a vegan.
Okay. Well, I'll have to go over and meet her and introduce her. We're actually going to add a segment to the show in the next month. In addition to you going to be doing your segment, I'm going to have Pastor Tucker, Walter Tucker, is going to come. He's going to do a 5-minute segment and talking about politics and the church involvement in the community and jobs and that. And then we're partnering up with the LA Standard newspaper, and we're going to have like a roaming reporter, so which is what he was going to do anyway, and he was going to videotape it. So now we're going to partner up and we're going to share it.
But you mentioned something. I just want to share this. You have to check out this church right around the corner, 54th and Crenshaw, called Mount Sinai. George Hurt is a pastor. He has a summer program for kids. I think it's phenomenal. He has a program where he partners them, and I could be slightly wrong, but from my understanding, I go there, so I know a little bit about it. He partners the kids with companies, and the church pays for them.
Oh, wonderful!
The church pays their internship there.
Oh,
and they end up working for, if not Fortune 500 companies, some real great companies in the community, and get some great skills. And we have a program called Big, where the parishioners sponsor. We pay the summer program.
See, now that's the kind of stuff that people need to know about.
And we also have a gala coming up for our teenagers, where we give out, I think, over $200,000 in scholarship money. Now, we do this as parishioners of the church. We pay into a program that allow the kids to go off to college.
Now, that's what we talk community involvement.
Then we take the kids with the highest GPAs, and we give them 2 weeks in Paris, and we pay for it.
Oh,
as the
wow.
parishioners of the church. So you got to go over there and see what they're doing with the kids. It would blow you absolutely away.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Maybe we can have him on.
Yeah, we can definitely do that, because that's the kind of thing. I know I grew up in Fame, at Fame. Yes. In fact, our guest today, that's how I know her. Yes. And we will share that story. But Fame had programs like that. They had where they would pick the kids up in the summertime and drive and take them go back and forth, shuttle them back, and they worked for Disney.
Yes.
And so it was a lot of programs. And that's, in my mind, churches that I belong to need to have that kind of activity going on, because that's what we go for, our source of our feeding of our soul, but also where we get our information from, right? Yes. And I love that. So yes, we have to have them on. And I think the more information we're sharing about every aspect of our lives that can make our lives better is the purpose of the Business Zone.
Yes.
So anyone that has any questions, want to join our conversation, you can reach us at 323-293-3375. The call-in number is 323-293-3375. So how was your week?
A little challenging. My nephew, 3-year-old nephew, ended up having 3 brain surgeries in one day. But I'm hopeful. I know God is able, and He loves kids, and I believe He's going to use this for His good and for His glory. So I'm encouraged. But that's how things have been going for me.
Okay, we'll pray for you. I know you have your prayer circles and going on, and there's just so much going on in this world. I think we just have to always hold each other up in prayer.
He found out he had a tumor.
Wow.
A tumor, and that's coming up. A lot of my friends, I have a girlfriend who's just diagnosed with a brain tumor. I have another friend that was diagnosed with a brain tumor. I don't know if it's something in the water. I don't know what it is, but what I do know, you got to make some healthy choices so you can give your body a fighting chance to live.
Yeah,
that's important.
And we talked about that last week when I was saying whether a body can be self-healing, and it can't be if you're not eating properly and training and being mobile, right?
Because it was designed to heal itself.
Yeah.
It was designed to do that, but we eat so poorly, and we do a whole bunch of other things to our bodies. We smoke, and just so much. So we're not allowing ourselves to do what God designed us to do.
Right.
So I want to encourage you to make good diet choices, feed your kids properly, get that green stuff in their bodies so that they can fight, even at a young age, to survive.
Oh, you have to. In fact, it's so funny. My uncle has been in the hospital for the last 7 week and with pneumonia, and he says it was because the VA forced him to get a pneumonia shot. He said, I wasn't trying to get one, and then they kept, every time I would go in, so he got his pneumonia shot and he got pneumonia. So he's been in, and he's better now. We've moved him over to a rehab just to get him stronger so he can get home, right? So he's a smoker. So I said to him, like the second day, I said, that your lungs are kind of weakened because you're smoking.
Right.
And I said, so you've been in the hospital a whole week, and I don't even see you fidgeting.
Right.
So I don't think you really have to smoke.
Right.
Because you should at this point be going into some Joneses and stuff right now. He hadn't even thought about cigarettes.
Wow, but that's like a catch-22. So they give you the actual virus,
right,
and hoping that your body's in the position to fight it off, right?
Right.
But if your immune system is weak because you smoke and because you do all this other stuff,
right,
of course you're going to get it.
Right, exactly. So it makes no, so
it's not their fault. It's actually yours.
Yeah. So, and he was already in treatment for prostate cancer, which, thank God is going really, really well for him. His PSAs, which is the test that they use to gauge where you are, he's at -2 or something.
Oh, awesome.
So he's under a protocol that is only available at the VA. So God bless that. But his body still, he's been taking drugs and all that kind of stuff in order to counteract that.
Right.
And then they give him the flu shot and the pneumonia shot, and it was like a mild case of pneumonia. And I told him, and he had a UTI, and I said, you're not drinking enough water. I said, so these are all warning signs. Uncle 85-year-old man. Yeah. And so if we've been in the hospital for 5 days and we haven't even talked about a cigarette, we're not doing that when we get home.
It's all about making a decision. That's it.
Yeah, you got to make
mental toughness. And when you don't have a choice to do something, you do it.
Yeah, isn't that amazing?
Choices, you know. We got too many choices.
Right.
But when our back is up against the wall, when our life is in danger, we come out swinging. Oh, we give up stuff at a drop of a dime.
Well, look at Oprah. That's what really turned around for her, was when they told her she had a life-threatening disease.
Absolutely.
She did what she was supposed to do. And so she's got her waist, and it stays consistent
Just think about when we can't live without that man, right?
Yeah.
And we crying and hurting for him. We want him. But let him piss us off. We done. We done. We over. It's over done.
Right.
I'm done with him.
Joe who?
Hey, nothing like a woman with a made-up mind.
Yeah, we can do what we want to do. It's just whether or not you want to do it, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, so you're absolutely right. You make that decision to make changes, and that's everything. That's our health. That's our financial wellness. We have to make those decisions.
So I made some changes. I ain't married yet, so I'm staying in the best shape of my life so my husband can see me.
Well, you're absolutely adorable, and I've seen you work out, so he'll
see me in a minute. Just wait a little longer. He coming.
God's just making sure you all ready.
As soon as he see me, I'm done in the gym.
You're right.
You're right.
Okay, it worked. I reached my goal.
Exactly. I'm tired now. You go to the gym and say, nope. Not at all.
When I was in my early 20s, I had my girlfriends who had been my friends for a very long time. We had a group called Women on a Mission. And so what we would do is, and at this time, no one was married, nobody had children or any of that sort of stuff. And so we would once a month go out. We'd find a great restaurant that had entertainment, and we just go and celebrate being women and enjoying our lives. And so there were 7 of us, and 5 of the 7 got married, and 2 of us did not, me and my other girlfriend. And I said, well, I guess y'all's mission accomplished. And I told her, I said, I guess we just ain't gonna never accomplish that. My mission was business, so obviously it wasn't a man.
Well, my mission is, it's not really my focus, but it's my focus.
It's on the side focus.
It's on the side focus. Just in case he may be looking for a wife, I'm just gonna stay in shape.
So you just want him to know that you are available and you're ready, and open and ready to receive love, right?
Exactly.
Okay, I got it. Well, you got to do that. You got to set an intention, and you got to make room for him, right?
There's a whole lot of room right next to me.
The ad was in The Secret years ago. It said, clean out one side of the closet, move the car over to the other side of the garage so there'd be room for him.
Right there. He got a whole closet. The whole closet's clean.
You got the clothes.
My stuff is on the bed. on the chair in the bed. Because the bed clear, the closet clear. Yeah, I'm
ready.
I'm
you ready, huh?
Yes.
Okay, so Lord, she would need him to come on in because she ready. She done made room for him.
Now, these are just jokes. Please don't start DMing me. Please don't face me. This is just jokes. It's jokes.
And you know you have an admirer in Georgia.
Oh, you may call today. Too funny.
My week was, let's see, we had our RBD meeting, our breakfast mixer this morning.
My favorite person was there. How was that?
She showed out.
Oh, my God.
She is just so informational. I mean, so inspiring. Wendy Gladney Dean, and her book is called Forgiveness, Change Your Life Forever. Wow. It's her story.
Her story is amazing.
Her story.
But then her.
Yeah.
Oh, she's just breathtaking. Such a wonderful woman, operating from so much love, and just so much. She just ready to just pour in everybody. Said, yeah, but her story is absolutely.
Her story and the forgiveness piece, because I don't know, I still got to work on that part of me, because she was doing some big forgiving.
She shows you that that we all say we can forgive. Until we actually face having to forgive. I mean, some serious. If you have not read the book, if you hadn't had a chance to, please, forgiveness would change.
Forgiveness. It's called Forgiveness, Change Your Life Forever. She's going to be on the show sometime in June or July. We're trying to work out a date. So for those of you that, and if you've ever heard Wendy Gladney, and she talks about, she's now divorced. And so she's talking about that. Yeah. And then she talks about her relationship with her birth mother, and she didn't have one. And then she had to.
Her relationship with her father.
Her
grandmother.
Then she ended up having to take care of both of them.
God.
I mean, after all of what she went through, and it's just,
you're talking about being able to forgive. Now God's giving her an opportunity to talk about divorce with someone, because the world needs her.
Yeah.
She's just such a phenomenal woman. The world needs her. So I met her husband when they were married. I'm sad that they're divorcing. However, I get to see Wendy in a whole other light.
Yeah, you get to see her in the night.
She gets to change some more lives.
Right.
Yes.
And the 2 men, Trayvon and Mark, that were here from Manhood. So he came to the meeting.
Really?
So they're going to do some stuff together, because you remember when he was talking about the sex trafficking and the forgiveness and the father circle.
Yes.
So they're going to get together and do some collaboration together.
That's
so
awesome.
it was great.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So that was RBD breakfast mixer. She's just awesome.
Yeah,
I love her. Everybody walked away.
If you get a chance to hear her speak, you have to be there.
Yeah, she sold every book that she brought. And
that's how phenomenal she is.
Yeah. So we were in for a treat, and other than that, I was doing my regular program with my class.
Exercise?
I did.
Everything leads back to exercising. I'm so sorry, but
I know. And I thought about
you. That needs to exercise.
And I actually on Tuesday, Monday night, I was heading off to salsa class, and I had my computer.
No, salsa.
I had I have my Zoom.
Okay, no, salsa and Zoom. This is what I'm going to do for you.
What?
Next week.
Yeah, what?
You got a whole week with me free.
Okay.
We're going to lift some weights. We're going to lift some weights up in here. We're going to build some lean muscle that keeps the fat off.
Okay.
We're going to do the daggone thing. It's free.
No, you can't turn down free.
A whole week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday,
Lord,
Friday.
have mercy.
Okay, I'll make it easier. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. But this is the thing. You got to show up.
I am.
Because if you don't, I'm going to blast you on Facebook.
Okay.
I'm going to blast you on your show.
You'll blast me on the show, huh?
Right on the show.
Yeah, well, we can, well, my salsa class don't start to 8:30. So
we're talking about 6 in the morning.
What?
So you're going to come in at 6 in the morning, which is probably one of the best times to actually burn fat because you're in a fasted state. You haven't eaten anything. So you're going to get to that stored fat right away. And you're working out with me. So it's going to be phenomenal.
Can I not do burpees? I hate burpees.
No, I'm not going to have you do burpees.
Okay.
You're going to do monster burpees. No, you're not going to do burpees. You maybe do some low impact stuff with the bench. But look, you and I got to take, and if you don't come, you
6 in the morning.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. You can do this.
Okay, for 1 week.
6 in the morning. You can do it just for 3 days.
Okay.
I made it easy. Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Okay.
Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 6 in the morning.
Okay.
I'm challenging you to come with me.
Okay.
And let's lift some weights. And I'm going to show you how to fall in love with weightlifting.
Okay. I actually was at one point.
I'm going to get you to fall in love with it.
You're gonna give me. Now, there was somebody I ran into. There's a health fair. There's a walk. In fact, he was at RBD's meeting. There's a walk at Ladera. There's a guy that does the Walk for Life.
Oh, that I'm going to be on. Yes.
Yes.
I'm going to be on that. Yes.
Yeah,
That's
he
coming
was
up in June.
he was.
I'll give you the date before it's over. We're going to be dancing. We'll be doing some Zumba that day.
Okay.
Yes, we will. I think his name is Troy.
Yeah.
Yes.
He
We'll be
came
doing
to
Zumba.
the meeting.
And we may demonstrate a fitness type of exercise because I want to get us to do more than Zumba. Zumba's great. It burns off the fat, but let's keep it off by building some lean muscle so that metabolism can keep moving every single day.
That means I got to go to bed early.
Yes, you're Zumbaing with us. You didn't know that?
No, when Zumba.
Oh, we got a couple dates. I'll sing you the
Okay, well, of course I'll do Zumba. But 6 o'clock in the morning, I mean, I got to go to bed at 10.
Because you need to be there on time. 6 on the nose.
6 on the nose. Where we're going? To the park at the top of the...
Maybe.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll work out the details of that. Wow. I didn't commit it on the air and I don't have no choice.
Because we're going to talk about it when next week.
Okay. Well, we'll give me 3 days. But I did get in my 2 classes this week. That some other stuff jumped in the way. I actually am not happy when other stuff jumps in the way of my exercise. That really just drives me
nuts. Neither am I.
Because this stuff is stressful.
It is.
And so that's the only way I can release if to just burn it off, and the music helps me burn it off. So yeah. Okay. Well, I'll be committed to it.
But when you tap into that dopamine in that brain from lifting them weights and really getting that metabolism moving, I think it'll be like nothing else.
Okay.
You're going to be calling me, can I come for free? No. Just joking. You're always welcome.
We'll barter.
This is one of my besties.
Yes. Gilbert called me and he's like, I'm so jealous.
No one can. Did you guys hear the opening song? No one can replace Gilbert. And that personality, what he offers, the information that the two of you are like dynamite.
I know. He's been doing his thing. He's got I think he's got 15 people in his class, and they're really, really learning how to become certified business owners. And so I'm proud of him. He does what he does in his in his lane, and I do what I do.
Yes.
And that's what makes it work.
Joy.
Yeah.
I'm going to be upset when Gilbert comes back because I won't be able to come on. I'm going to probably come up here anyway be like, oh, yeah, I forgot he was back.
But you're still going to be coming in and do your little thing, your piece, so because we got to stay connected.
Absolutely.
So that's fun. So that was pretty much my week. So my uncle moved from the hospital to the convalescent home. I had to go show him who was boss. Wow. Now, when I came in, the lady said, you the boss? I'm the boss.
They knew when you walked in.
Yeah,
you walk in with authority.
Well, I had called ahead.
Oh, okay. Is that what it was? I was trying to give you some props.
I called ahead, and then when I got there, they knew.
Saw your face. Too cute.
But when your elders, when your older people in your family get ill, it appears that. And my uncle. So you think I'm got knowledge? Mm-hmm. Oh no, my uncle is on. He's the example. He has like. three masters, and he was just like a quarter short of his PhD.
Wow.
And so...
I believe it. It usually runs in the family.
Yeah. So he is still teaching. He actually prepares construction workers to take the test to get their license. So he's still doing that at 85 years of age and still sharp as a tack. So we have conversations about current events all the time. We talk about everything, right? Yeah. But when he goes to the doctor, or anyone goes to the doctor, if you're 65, they act like you already have dementia.
Right.
And they don't pay any attention to anything you're saying about your body. Wow. And you know your body.
My mother that way.
Yeah.
My mother's a helpful nut.
Yeah, and it's like none of her information, or like she doesn't know how to take care of herself. And they do. I mean...
And the one time I went to the hospital, because they had given me the wrong... someone had given me... it was supposed to have been a Tylenol, and it wasn't. They had it in a Tylenol bottle, but it wasn't. So it was penicillin. I'm allergic to penicillin.
Oh.
Didn't know it, because it was white.
Oh.
Didn't know it.
Wow.
So,
but they should have known.
It was in the bottle, and they thought it was Tylenol. They gave it to me. And so I'm just taking what they gave me, talking. So I was rushed to the hospital, and my mother was like, I had these chest pains, and they were saying that maybe you're having a heart attack. I ain't having a heart attack. Look at me. I ain't having a heart attack. But my mom was on the phone saying, they going to give you this. Say they have a heart attack. Don't take it. And they brought me something. And I said, is that crystal something? And I said, I can't have that. And then the lady walked out strange. And I'm talking to my mom. They're going to do this. They're going to do this. Don't take it. And they came in with something else. Is that this? No, I can't take that. And they said, who are you talking to? They tried to take my phone. I said, no, you cannot take my phone. They was like, you need to leave your phone. I said, no.
No, because you got to be. My aunt is like that. She'll go to the hospital, and every now and then I have to remind her. I'll say, Dr. Hisbun, you got your PhD from the internet. He got his He got his doctorate from medical school. So you do have to listen to him, but you do have to know how it affects your body.
Yes.
So, but my mother used to wear them out when she first was diagnosed with cancer. She would come home and she'd go back with pages like this.
Yes.
And she's like, okay, let's talk about this and this side effect and this side effect and this side effect and this. And then here's some alternatives. Let's have a conversation. And they're like, oh my God. And then when she couldn't do it any longer, then I came in and I was the backup.
Right. Let me ask you this question, Crystal, because I know a lot of people that have a lot of information, but no, they don't have the heart to share it. Where'd you get that heart to share it the way you do? Where'd that come from? Because I see where it came from. It's just you see your family and they're the information that they're you've gotten that from them. What this desire to share?
I think it actually came more from me working with children.
Okay.
And I started that very, very early on when I was at Fame. I was 17, 18 years old. I started working in the nursery, and then I became a Girl Scout leader. Wow. And so you're sharing with kids. Yeah. And then from there I was a ski instructor and started a race program, so I was sharing with them. And by the time I got to my business, one of the things that I found out was in order to create that unique value proposition with your client and get them to keep coming back, that I would, even though my space, my wheelhouse is accounting and bookkeeping, but by the time my clients walk away, they've gotten marketing, because marketing and finance go together. If you don't have a marketing plan or a strategy, you don't have no money. There ain't nothing for you to manage, right? So I talk about that, and then I sit down with my clients and I say, okay, what's your goals? Yeah. So, and this is I'm talking their books, but what are you trying to do? Yeah. And if they say that, well, I'd like to do this and this and this, okay, let's talk about that and what that looks like. So, and then I start getting the results that I wanted from them in order to embrace the accounting and understanding why the financials are your foundation of your business. And then the word kind of got around, because when I first started my business, I actually was all my business was word of mouth. Okay. And then I partnered up with a number of tax preparers and CPAs, and then they would start referring their clients. And because I am so free with the information, even my bank, if they had a client that was bouncing checks and stuff, they'd call me and say they need your services.
But that's one of the reasons why I think you're going to always thrive or soar, whatever you do, is because your love for people and to share the information. And
it's nothing. Why are you holding it? It doesn't benefit me if I hold it. But you're right. So many people feel that this is my little stuff that I know about, and I don't want to share it. Yeah. And people are amazed when I'm very comfortable with sharing. Which I mean,
so you're going to get referrals. You're going to get called for the job all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and it's become. When I worked at a company once, I'm just that research kind of person. That's just part of who I am. I probably should have been a detective or an investigation.
It's not too late.
Yeah, and so I research everything. So when I was working in corporate America, I became the house book.
Right.
And then even after I left, because I knew exactly everything and how the company worked and what the procedures. Right. And they would call me after I'd moved to another position and said, can you come back in and train the new salespeople? It's like, not for free, I can't.
Exactly.
So it actually gets you business. Yeah. Sharing the information you have actually helps you become authority in what you do. And so that increases your success opportunities and potential.
Maybe that's what your book needs to be about. Don't be afraid to share.
That's a good idea. Yes. Okay, that's my second book after my book I'm going to write with Deborah on what the hell were you thinking?
Now, what is that going to be about?
Many things. So many. So when we have Miss Deborah Thorne in the house, the informational diva, we're going to talk about. And this came because we were at the Book Expo last week. Okay. A couple weeks ago, and we were it's just, the same thing in any industry, right? Mm-hmm. You look at your clients and going, what were you thinking?
Exactly. Right? Oh, yes. I gave my client a diet to follow. I said, we're going for 4 pounds this week. I give her a diet. The diet says chicken breast, 4-ounce chicken breast. She took the chicken breast and made it into a chicken salad with all the mayonnaise. And she had the chicken breast 3 times that day. Chicken, whatever you call it.
Chicken salad.
3 times that day. So at the end of the week, when she's like, she's supposed to lose 4 pounds. She like 2 pounds overweight because she had a chicken sandwich with the bread
and the mayonnaise. So
I said, what were you thinking?
There you go.
Exactly. But I said, it was clear. I'm real clear when I tell people what to do. You didn't call me to ask any questions. But she said, I followed the plan perfectly. Really? Did you really?
But you gained 2 pounds following the plan.
It didn't work. No, honey. I did my part. You showed up. I trained you. I sent you the diet. You ate what you decided you want. How you get chicken salad out of chicken breast? I didn't say sandwich. I said 4-ounce chicken breast.
See? What were you thinking? So we can even have you contribute to the book.
My other client, I said, how'd you eat today? I ate great. What'd you have? She said, I did really well. Tell me what you have. I had some macaroni and cheese. What were you thinking? That'll work. I love this book. I love it.
You love it already, right? We haven't even written the first letter.
Yeah, I got a whole bunch of stuff to contribute. I got a whole chapter.
What the hell were you thinking?
Is that what y'all said? Okay.
Yeah, that's the name of the book. What the hell were you thinking?
What the hell were you thinking?
Yeah. And actually, when we interview Melanie Perry, who's the zillionaire lady in the financial planner, she got some what the hell were you thinking too.
Yes.
It falls in any field in the industry.
I like this book.
So we're going to go and take a break right now, and we'll be back with our first guest, and we will continue to have fun.
Yes, absolutely.
Hello, meet Larry. Larry is a general contractor. Larry is very good at his craft, but Larry has a very tough time managing his paperwork because he is busy taking care of his clients' needs. Larry just cannot find his important business documents when needed. Larry is also being passed over for bid opportunities from prime contractors because he is perceived as not ready. He doesn't know where his business license, certifications, insurance, and other key corporate documents are located most of the time. Lucy owns an auto body and collision repair shop and has been using a business management and procurement assistance program called Small Biz Pro to keep her business organized, business ready, contract ready, and bank loan ready. Small Biz Pro is a 3-in-1 cloud-based business management, procurement, and market research assistance system designed to help businesses become business-ready, contract-ready, and bank loan-ready. It also provides back-office operation solutions for small businesses. Lucy is able to stay ahead of her competitors because she uses Small Biz Pro to manage her business daily. Lucy just clicks on Small Biz Pro from her tablet, mobile phone, laptop, or any internet-accessible device for data retrieval, and she's got it. Lucy introduces Larry to Small Biz Pro, and now Larry is more organized and can now find all of his documents and new bid opportunities in seconds. Larry now saves $120 in labor costs for each missing or misplaced document. Just simply go to your web browser and log into smallbizpro.net and register today for a limited 30-day free trial offer. Services start as low as $1 per day. Let's put the competition out of business. Small Biz Pro. If you stay ready, you don't need to get ready. Register now at smallbizpro.net and begin saving money. Email info@smallbizpro.net or call 626-533-1186.
Each year, the state of California contracts for billions of dollars of goods and services. We as a state can and should leverage our spending power to achieve policy goals that help the people of California. One major policy goal we have is to create jobs and grow our state economy. Promoting the development of small businesses within California is a great way for us to do that, because California small businesses are the engine of economic growth. 95% of companies in California are small businesses, and with the right opportunities, these small businesses can grow to become the next Apple, Netflix, or Tesla. So let's all do our part to promote small business development and grow our state economy. Together, we can really make it.
This is nice.
And welcome back to the Business Zone. And we just had a lovely conversation, and we're going to carry on. When you get 3-4 powerful women in the room, it's just full of fun and exciting conversation and information, huh? So we have our guest today, Dawn, Miss Deborah Thorne, the information diva. See, I don't even know having this much information.
I'm kind of scared. You're about to blow up on one platform.
One platform. Deborah is the Information Diva America's Shero and not CEO coach. She's an author, a coach, a trainer, and a speaker. She helps motivate women 50 and over who want to transition from employee to employer, design step-by-step strategic plans for creating the life they envision without financial dependence on others, or by doing business like a woman and not like a man. Shero, not CEO.
And make that CEO, not
CEO. CEO. It's a CEO. We have a caller. Hello. Hello, caller. Who's calling, please? Hello.
Hey, co-host, how you doing?
Hey, Gilbert.
Hey, Gilbert.
Hey,
We miss you.
And my other co-host.
Hey, Gilbert. Missing you, man. Missing you, but thank you for the opportunity.
I know. I gotta make sure you get your wings all grown. So.
She's been enjoying herself, and we have had some great guests. How was your? You just got back?
Oh, no, actually, I'm at the Vegas airport now, getting ready to take my flights in the next 35 minutes or so.
Okay. Well, we're glad you called in.
You on your way here?
I was going through my little my Facebook thing here, and I see you guys having a lot of fun, and I missed that. So I'm like, man, I miss you guys.
I know. Did you just hear Dawn say, "You on your way here"?
Oh, you could have seen my face. I was gonna say that wasn't in the contract. I got a couple more weeks, Mister.
No, I'll give you some more time to shine, Dawn.
Thank you, Gil. But I can't outshine you, Mister. You're just phenomenal.
Thank you. But what I'm doing, I'm trying to set up some things here in Vegas, man. Try to get all of you guys up here. So they're kind of talking about some things right now, and if it works, man, I want to bring you guys in. They love Small Biz Pro, and they want to get it included in the Association of General Contractors, so that all the contractors can use it, and then we're going to need to have a system set up where if they have questions, then my team will be able to field all those technical questions. So that's what I want you guys to do for me as well.
Okay.
That's awesome.
That sounds fantastic.
That's great, Gilbert.
So they're loving you down there, huh?
Oh, well, they're loving me like food.
That's a good thing.
That's some good loving. If they loving you like food.
They're loving me like food. So what I want to do in the next series of classes, I want to bring you guys in so you guys can teach some of the stuff to these guys here as well.
Okay. Well, you work it out. You work it out. We will be nationwide.
Yeah, definitely. So, and we're talking, these guys are nationwide. So if we get the Vegas account, then we're all over the country. You know what I'm saying?
No, that sounds right. We'll take the Business Zone on the road, huh?
Oh, yes. So I'm loving it. I'm really enjoying it. So I'm going to let you guys do your thing. And Dawn, hey, I know you're doing a blast. I've been hearing good things about you. Keep up the good work, girl.
Thank you. You just stay gone. Thank you, Gilbert. Thank you so much. You're actually the perfect co-host, Felicia. The two of you shine. Yes, you do.
So, but you know, Crystal is going to be leaving in July. So in July, you're going to be my co-host.
Oh, absolutely. Oh my God, this is just great.
Yes. So this is
now you can't change your mind. You already told me. You put it out there. People are listening.
Yeah,
I got witnesses.
I'll be in Baltimore, so you get to be. Yeah, you can be the co-host.
How long will you be gone?
Not as long as Gilbert. But there will be some times in June that I'm teaching that I may not be able to get away. So.
Yes. Are there going to be any times when you guys are both going to be gone at the same time?
Yeah.
Because I run shows. I can run a show. No problem.
What we can do, all three of us can do it sometime in June, just so we get acclimated. And then when Crystal leaves, then you're going to be there for her, right?
Okay. Yes. Absolutely. Thank you.
Right.
I feel like I should pay half the rent up here.
Definitely. You guys take care and keep taking care of those small businesses. All right.
All righty, Gilbert. Have a safe flight home.
Thank you.
Definitely. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. See you when you get back.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All righty. So you're secure for right now, dear.
Oh, yes.
With some future dates. You're like a entertainer or celebrity, huh?
Absolutely. I'm loving this.
Okay. So we'll get back to introducing Miss Deborah Thorne.
Yes.
And as an author, she has written more than 8 books. Wow, I'm impressed.
Yes.
And including Fear, The Real F Word, and Bullying.
Wow.
We Don't Tolerate Bullying. There is something parents can do, and her latest effort is entitled I is Smart, I is Kind, I is Important, component of the upcoming Black by Birth, Champion by Choice series. And welcome, Miss Deborah.
Thank you very much, ladies.
Yes.
This is fun.
Yeah, it grows on you.
Okay. I know you guys are missing Gilbert, but when girl power happens.
I know.
Okay, the ladies in the house.
Yeah, we're in the house, so we're having a good time.
Yes.
So, Miss Deborah, I've known you for quite a long time. Yes. We've operated, but I think is one of the Power Net since I started going to the Power Network.
Okay.
We've really I've become more knowledgeable of who and what you do. And I believe I met you the very first time when George came to town. Jerry Foster brought him.
Okay.
And you had your table, Information Diva.
Oh my goodness, was it when we were downtown in Baltimore? Not Baltimore, the Biltmore, and it rained cats and dogs.
Yes. And that's when I think I first met you.
Okay.
So that's a long time. Yes, that was a long time ago.
Yes.
And that was when the conference was in Dallas, I believe, or Atlanta.
No, it was in Atlanta.
Okay.
Right.
Well, welcome.
Thank you
these
so
were
much.
just words. Tell us who you are and what you do, and and all that wonderful stuff. So one of this, so if we're talking bullying, obviously there's some conflict resolution.
Absolutely. Okay. So, playing with the stuff here. Here we go. Okay. So I am, the information diva, but to thousands of kids, I'm Miss D, a conflict resolution specialist. And you know what? I'm going to be really comfortable. I'm going to take this off.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So there we go. All right. So as Miss D, I work teaching kids how to use their words and how to do stuff rather than bully one another.
Right.
And many times our kids in particular haven't figured out how to get their points across.
Right.
I'm always, and you can relate to this, you ever train some people on how to get a job, get them the job, and they can't keep it?
Yes.
Well, it has to do with our inability to resolve conflict, not to know, as I tell the young people all the time, it's not saying you're not right, sweetheart. You are right, but I need to teach you a way to tell people they're wrong and still keep the job, still keep whatever's going on. So I do anti-bullying, anger management, and unfortunately, the latest thing we do in that arena is teach kids and their parents what to do in case of an active shooter, because that's real. It's not just in schools. It happens everywhere, and there's some things that you need to definitely do and some things especially that parents need to definitely not do. So like one, don't call your kid. If you hear that there's something going on, please do not use the phone. You could be giving away your child's location.
Right.
Ah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that has happened in every incident. In fact, there was that last one where the kid was calling the father, and then the teacher had her put the phone down, and because they were moving, and he was frantic because he didn't know what had happened. So, but because he had direct was having a direct conversation with her, and when it cut off, the communication cut off, he was terrified.
Right.
You don't call and you don't go to the location. You have to trust that the people who are there have been trained. They know what they're going to do. And even if you saw your child and you say, that's my child, I want to take them, no one is going to release that child to you.
But how do you tell a parent that? How do you teach
I tell them in advance. Because let me tell you, has this taken a turn? But if I tell you what could possibly happen to your child as a result of really your selfishness, which is what it is, I need to know what's going on with my kid. You need to trust the people who are entrusted with your child to do what's best for your child. Our whole thing in that situation is we have to stay alive for 15 minutes. Right. The police will be there in 12. And all the job, everything I do to teach them, to teach the teachers, to teach the parents, we need you to stay alive 15 minutes. Wow. If you can stay alive for 15 minutes, we got you. Wow. Okay? Wow. But parents say, no, I want to come up and get my child. All you're doing is the police who would be in there taking care of that now got to patrol the outside because y'all breaking past the barrier. Yeah, that's not helpful.
Because if all the parents are thinking like you, everybody's going up there.
Yes. Right. And actually what you're supposed to know, and so parents should know in advance, where is the location off-site that your school has already, they're required by law to have that plan. Yes. So what's the place off-site? Right. The off-site place is another school, it's a shopping center, it's a church parking lot, someplace where parents can gather. Go to that location.
Right, because that's important.
Yeah, and so, trying to help the kids understand, trying to help their parents understand. And there's a lot with that. And, we're teaching teachers what to do, but then parents kind of mess it up because you're coming in trying to, and it's like, no.
I get it.
There's a plan of action.
And I think with all that is going on, the young lady that was sleeping in Yale in the common area, something that's not illegal, because how many college students have fallen asleep in the common area at the library?
Which you can do.
Except unless you look like us. You can't. It's against the law for us to sleep. But I like the way she handled it.
Absolutely.
She says, I am not going to justify why I'm here.
Okay. I paid my tuition like everyone else. Okay. She understands how to get the wording across. Right. She had no confrontation with the police. She didn't even have a confrontation with the woman. She had the statements that she made. But what happens is our kids, my mama said, I don't have to do what you say. Right. No, baby. Take it down 3, 4, 5 notches. As I always tell young people, you cannot win adult child to adult. You never can.
No.
So the idea is to have a trusted adult that you can go to and tell the adult that you trust what the problem is. Let me handle it adult to adult.
Yes.
Oh, I know what to tell them and how to tell them. But anytime you fly off the handle as the child, you're going to be wrong. As long as
Every
I have
time. Yeah.
a pen and a walkie-talkie, I got you. And I tell them all the time, I say, notice I carry a pen and a walkie-talkie. I got you.
And nowadays, they need to have that mentality. You just need to stay alive long enough for this conversation to be over.
Well,
Now,
you know what?
You're confronted with the police. It's about staying alive.
It's about staying alive. That's
Okay,
your
but
end goal.
here's my thing, and then we'll talk about what you brought me to talk about, but this is really my passion. When our young people were getting killed, well, they still are, but so frequently in car situations, I offered free training for parents, absolutely free. Please come on and let me tell you what to tell your kids to get home alive. The name of the game is get home alive. Once you get home alive, we can fight all that other stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, this is what I taught my son, what I taught my grandson. Let me tell you the steps that you do. Get home alive. Come home and tell me what happened. Oh, don't worry, I got this.
Right.
I'm going to ask you to guess how many. I put it all over social media. I call
You got
people.
none.
Not a one. Okay, and then I'm like, okay, but then you want me to march and holler when your child gets caught up in this.
Right.
And I even had some people say to me, well, they shouldn't have to learn how to behave.
Yes, they should.
I said, okay, I'll grant it. Maybe they shouldn't have to learn. Maybe they shouldn't have to be different. But you know what? The reality is, if you don't, you're coming home in a box.
Right.
So box, learn how to do something different. To me, it's learning how to do something. It doesn't make you any less black or any less pro, whatever.
Exactly.
I'm trying to get your child home. See, for me and my family, it is important that they get home in one piece.
Right, exactly. And I think in anything, learning how to deal with conflict, whether it's with a police officer or as your boss, especially young people, because since they don't understand that there's someone that's an authority figure that they need to respect, and they are not learning that at home or anywhere.
No.
So when you start to work, you're going to have a problem if you don't know how to communicate and articulate what you're trying to get across.
Right.
And unfortunately, what happens is young people, and some older people, but mostly young people, go to a training program and they've learned the skill of making this widget or providing this service. But they haven't learned the skill of dealing with other people because they're not going to let you tell them what they can and cannot do. And I will tell young people all the time, so let me tell you something. People do not have to worry about racism, and they don't have to worry about not giving you a job. As long as I make you believe that you can wear whatever you want to wear, say whatever you want to say, and do only that what you want to do, I am guaranteed you'll never have a job.
Exactly. I was taught that just hear it on the radio, one of the shows like this, that everyone has a cell phone. If you get stopped by the police, FaceTime someone. So I got stopped. Well, my car stopped off the off-ramp of the freeway, and it's 11 o'clock at night. So I'm waiting for the tow truck to get there. They say about 45 minutes. So I'm literally on the off-ramp, and the police pull up behind me. They flash their things. They talk. I immediately FaceTimed my mom, turned the thing towards me, so when they walk into the car, she can see their face or whatever. She can hear the conversation. And I put my hands out the window. I was like this. And they were laughing. And I was like, my hands are out the window. They got out the car cracking up. And they were white.
But let me tell you why. Because they are embarrassed. Okay, what we have to remember, and we have to tell our children this, there are some absolutely bad people. There are some absolutely racist people. There are just some bad people. But that's not the majority.
No, they were laughing because I said, my hands are out the window. Don't shoot. Don't shoot. They started laughing because I was taught to try to de-escalate.
Yeah, right.
Make them laugh. I was like, don't shoot. My hands are out the window.
And they're like,
they were cracking up.
They're like, lady,
and they
please.
walked up to the car. I said, I got my mother on the FaceTime. And then I said, all my information is behind my back seat. And it was like, we don't want none of that. We just want to know what's going on. Because I'm in a BMW. I said, I got a flat. They said, okay, how long? And they sat in the car and waited for me. But then the guy said, thank you so much for that. He said, thank you. You made us crack up from the moment we got out the car. She got both hands out the window. And I'm screaming, don't shoot.
And you got car trouble.
And I'm saying it in a funny way.
Right.
I was being comical about it.
Right.
And the man said, all I could do was laugh. I was almost in tears before I got to you. Because I was really trying to make sure. Because I look young. I'm 48 years young. Right now I look like I'm 22. So I haven't had half the time looking like a little boy. Right?
Yeah.
So I had to let them know who I was.
Yeah, and you're absolutely right. And I like the fact that Legal Shield actually has and I told Tanya Mackey this, that one of the, and it is never promoted, but they have an app. It's called 911.
Really?
And so when you're pulled over, if you have Legal Shield, and when you're pulled over, you just hit the button. It's a big red button that says 911,
Right.
and immediately it connects you to an attorney.
Wow.
And then when you were pulled over by a police officer, he'll say, excuse me, officer, I'm Crystal's attorney. And so whatever conversation and however you're addressing her, just know that her attorney, my name is so-and-so and so-and-so. And that de-escalates everything as well.
If it's a good cop.
If it's a good cop.
If it's a bad cop,
Yeah.
you just escalated the situation beyond. Yeah, see, that makes me scared because what we really want to do is humanize them because most of them are human. It's just like most black people are good people, but you got some knuckleheads that make it bad. Okay, so I like to assume that everybody is good until you show me that you're not.
Exactly.
And so when you walk up, officer, now we've been taught, officer, how may I be of help? Tell me, I do really want to know why you're pulling me over. That's important to me. But you got to tell me. No. Because as long as he got the gun, trust me, he's in charge. Just like I got a pencil and a walkie-talkie, he got a gun, a walkie-talkie, and a pencil.
And a taser. And we were also from a generation where we respected our elders, right? Our teachers, anybody.
Okay, this generation that doesn't respect, who taught them not to respect? Who told them it was okay not to respect?
Yeah.
Okay? We the elders, okay? It is our responsibility.
It is.
So personally, as I've told too many parents, I understand that your young person is used to disrespecting grown people, but let me tell you which grown person they're not fixing to disrespect.
Right.
Okay? Because I had a grandmother tell me one time, well, my granddaughter knows better than to disrespect adults. I said, you know what? Probably when she's at home, she doesn't. But she attempted to disrespect me, so ask her what happened. That's why you up here right now.
Yeah,
and she got to go home
Right.
because there's no way you're going to be on the campus with me and be disrespectful to me. One of us is going home. It's me or you, and since the school is paying me to be here, I think they're going to send you home. What you think?
Exactly.
Okay, I'm not a teacher, so I don't even play that game. Okay, so I work for myself. So, and I'll tell the school, you have a choice. That child gets to go home for the rest of the day, or I'm going home. Which one you want to do?
Right, exactly.
Yeah, I'm good.
We have to introduce you to the two gentlemen that came on. They have a program called Manhood Camp.
Okay.
And that's one of the things that they're doing. So it's a 10-week camp, and they bring people in to talk about conflict. They brought even the police in so the kids can have a conversation with them. They're talking about all kinds of things, abandonment issues. I think Mark told us that he rescued one of the young girls from sex trafficking.
Oh yeah, that's horrible, and really is live in our community, and we act like we don't know. And I even had someone say to me one time, and I came unglued. A gentleman said, use that term loosely, why is there such a big deal about it? We've had pimps and prostitutes forever.
Ooh.
What? We talking about our children.
And I took a deep breath, and I said, okay. We're not talking pimps and prostitutes. Right. We're talking human trafficking. Yes. And unfortunately, some of our boys have learned to participate in the trafficking. And when our girls and boys are disappearing on the street, when they're being trafficked by their relatives and stuff, one of the things that I do, I volunteer as the educational rights holder for children who are in foster care or other dependent care. And one of the young people whose educational rights I hold was in trafficking by a sibling, put her in trafficking.
Oh, and wow.
Then suddenly I go to a meeting and they're talking about reuniting her with her father. Hold up. And I called the social worker. I said,
the original
I have no idea, but here's my question. Where were you when she was trafficked for 3 years on the street? Right. So, see, you don't get to come up and be father knows best right now, because she said, she was like, well, Miss Thorne, no, wait, whoa. I said, no, if the judge wants to hear what I have to say about, she said, you will put that in the report. I said, absolutely. Right. No. Where was he when she was out on the street? Because, see, you couldn't have one of mine out on the street because I'm coming.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
Yeah. So, you know, and so I don't even know the situation. That's not the part I deal with. I only deal with the educational piece, but something's wrong with that.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah, we'll have to introduce you to her. And then I have another good friend that has written a book called Barbed Wire Souls. And he also, the book is about telling stories to help children see another side. And he learned that through his grandfather. He was raised in Philadelphia. And on the street, when he was 8 years old, he saw a man killed in front of him. So his mother sent him to his grandfather so she could keep him safe.
Right.
And then his grandfather, words of wisdom on how to interact. And the father was in Arkansas. And it was, you know, he owned a lot of property, but he had to be a different person when he was interacting with his white neighbors.
Absolutely.
And so he had to, so he consequently learned how to be this person and be himself, but also how to protect himself and understand that he has other people that he's responsible for, and he learned that from his grandfather.
And you know, we learned that as young people. Okay, when you get home, you could talk however you wanted to talk. Yeah. At my mother's house, we spoke the King's English all the time.
All the time.
All the time.
All the time.
Yeah, you know, some people, you know, they like that term. You speaking white? No, I speak like I belong to my mama, because my mother didn't play that. Yeah. Okay, all that slang and stuff. She was like, no, you will speak properly. So therefore, when you're out and about, I have no problem speaking. I'm, you know, some people I'm impressed by what you've accomplished, but I ain't scared of you. I can speak too.
I ain't scared.
I ain't scared. Okay, but you know,
too funny.
But it's, you know, that's what we try to help our young people see. My thing is always to have them have experiences that aren't hood experience. Everybody knows what's going on in the hood.
Yeah.
Me, you, and everybody. How about I take you out on a yacht for the day?
Yeah, right. How do you assimilate in another environment?
And
right.
I used to take the kids on the yacht, and the gentleman who owned the yacht told them as we were pulling in to the coast at Manhattan Beach, he says, now watch. The people are all in the restaurants are going to stop eating to watch this boat come in with all these black and brown people on it. And he had the kids all out on the deck so they could see. He said, just watch. And he said, and part of his thing was to tell them, no, I don't sell drugs. No, I'm not a bookie. I'm an engineer. I went to a junior college, a free junior college, then went to a state college, got a degree in engineering. This is how I can afford a yacht. You too can afford a yacht if that's what you want.
Right.
You
That's phenomenal.
To help our young people understand. So that's my other world.
So that's your other world. And then you switched over to the women over 50.
Yes.
So how did you get into that world?
Well, okay, so God and I have a deal. Working with children is what I'm called to do.
Okay.
And so I said, okay, Lord, if I work with the children, will you let me play with the ladies? Because that's what we can have fun as long as I don't forget the children. So that's kind of our deal going. And so I've been working with women entrepreneurs all along. Watching women turn 50 now and beyond is different. First of all, we are healthier, wealthier.
Yes, we are.
Have more influence and more money than any other generation of women over 50.
Okay.
So starting from there, however, there's something a little different. We're not aging like our mothers did. You know, like you said, you're 48. Okay, I had no idea. Wait.
The whole world.
Wait, the husband is listening.
I say it when I feel like boasting. Well, I need you to say I'm 28.
Well, since
that's how I feel.
Okay, so since I'm having my 67th birthday next week, okay, girl, so I don't know what you want me to say to you. I'll be 67 next week. Wait, we said that out loud over the where, but you know what? No, I thank God for that. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, and you know, on the other health end, had a heart attack at 36. So praise God, I'm still here, and all is good. So because we're not aging like our mothers, okay. And our mothers told us a couple of things. They promised you that if you went to school and got an education, if you married the right man, and you got a good job, that these things would take care of you. Okay?
Yeah, right.
We got Okay?
All lies, Mom. All lies, Mom.
Yeah, she didn't. Your mama lied to
She
you.
should be ashamed of herself.
Okay, I wrote an article. Your mama lied. She didn't mean to lie, but she told you what she knew from her experience.
Right.
Okay, so you went to school and you got that education. I don't know anybody except people who got like licenses. They're the only ones working the field that they trained in. Everybody else, we're not doing what we trained to do.
No,
Okay.
In fact, your degree, if you got your degree in the 50s, 60s, 70s,
They don't
80s,
even-
they non-existent.
Hello?
They don't even, the whole industry may be gone.
Change.
Okay, I was training to be a world famous social worker. I wanted to fix the world. It's more jacked up now, but don't nobody care.
Right.
Okay? If you married the right man, I married a man, more than one, and they didn't take care of me.
Yeah.
Okay? Divorce is higher than ever. And then if you got a good job and you stayed on that job, it would take care of you. Excuse me, I worked for the state of California. I had a good state job. It tried to kill me. The heart attack was at my desk. Okay?
Wow.
Yeah, at 36. Okay?
Whoa.
Industries have left this country.
Yeah.
So doing that is not the answer. So now we have women getting up to be in their 50s, hitting 50. And as they say, they're working with the youngins. And I have to remind them that every time you say that, that's extremely disrespectful. And you might not want to call them the youngins any more than you want them calling you the old folks.
Right,
Okay?
right.
No. These are adults who have a position, and sometimes now they're supervising people older than them, and they're having that problem. So what is a woman to do? She's getting ready to really think about that last chapter. What is it supposed to look like? Many people are not retiring at 65. Some of them are not retiring because they don't have enough money to retire.
Right.
Others are not retiring because I'm not ready to sit home on the porch. I got some things to do. So what I'm wanting to do is help women think about what is it that you're really passionate about.
Right.
Okay, so you've been doing this work to feed your family, feed yourself all these years. But if you didn't have to do that, what would you really do? What do you like to do?
Right.
Now, how can we take the skills that you've gained over the years and your passion and figure out how you're going to make some money doing it?
Right, exactly. And now your children are your empty nesters.
Yeah, you don't have those responsibilities anymore.
So it's not your time, right?
It is finally your time, and the money. That's why we have more money than ever, because you ain't got, like I tell people, my grandson graduated from high school, and my grandson has autism, so he's required extra help. But I told everybody who would listen at his graduation party, it was my pleasure and my honor to help his dad, who was a single parent, raise him. But he's grown now, has a high school diploma, and I'm done.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay,
Yeah.
It's all about me now. Now, if you want to go where I'm going, want to be where that's cool. But as far as me being responsible, I'm no longer responsible. So these women are now in their 50s, feeling healthy, being challenged to exercise, being challenged to eat better, live longer, have a happier life. Now, wait a minute, it's all about me. I can think about what I like, okay? When my son went away to college, one of the first things I had to do was figure out what I really like to eat, because all of my decisions had been based on what he wanted to eat. I didn't even know what my favorite color was. I had to stop and think about, because all my focus had been on him. So now what I'm wanting women to do, I work with, and I say motivated women, because some people are going to stay in that little rut. And if you want to be in the rut, I love your rut. You enjoy it. But for women who want to come out of that, how do I come out? What are the things blocking me from going? What is it that I would really like to do? What is really important? How much money do I need? Is this going to be a side thing? Is it going to be the main thing? I'm free to explore everything. And my goal is to help them explore, one, and two, demystify business. Because business ain't that complicated,
No,
okay?
it really isn't.
But I was laughing earlier because you were talking about the mistakes that you had made, sweetheart. I have a PhD from the School of Hard Knocks. And I tell my clients all the time, look, let's make some new mistakes. I've already made these, and I know what happens when you make these. Let's find some new ones to make. And so that's how we came about with the book, Fear the Real F Word.
I like that.
There's so many fears that are holding us back, and it's the stuff that we do ourselves. And so when I'm looking at 50-year-old women, they're being held back by the fear of, I'm going to look foolish if I try. okay? Oh my goodness, my family and friends will go, what they going to say? Because, we really get caught up in what people are going to say. Well, do I really know enough? I don't have a degree, a certificate or whatever yeah, but you know how to do it. Yeah, do you want I make certificates for people. You want a certificate or something? I'll make you a certificate.
You want a degree in literary arts and can't get a job with it anyway.
Did she just say that?
I'll give you a certificate. I won't give you a degree, but I'll give you a certificate.
That makes you feel better, right? Put it all on your wall.
If that's what you want,
right.
I can make you a certificate. What you want a certificate in? We can make. I make pretty certificates, okay? Because what I want to do is demystify it. Okay, now you got the certificate. What are we gonna do with this?
Right.
Okay. Because like you said, those degrees we got, and people are still paying for. See, that's the other thing. You can do this without those student loans that people are still trying to pay off.
And I always tell people when I'm teaching and coaching my clients when they're looking at starting a business. So when whatever business or company you work for, the only thing you gave back to them was the card key, right? And the key to the door. You gave back your security badge and your keys to the door if you happen to have them.
Right.
Other than that, everything that you learned while you were there, you took it with you. Right. So now, sit down and think about what those skills were, because they weren't just specific to that company. They were skills that you can use in your own business. Absolutely. Right?
Your introduction says everything you want is on the other side of fear. Jack Canfield. What do you think the biggest thing we fear going into business?
The actual biggest thing. The biggest thing. Okay, I usually don't tell what the secret is, because I always make people. You buy the book and I'll tell you that last fear, the fear of success. We are absolutely scared to be successful. We know we go through. If you look on the back of the book, it has all 9 of them, but. We're worried about what if. We're worried about what our family and friends might say is really a biggie for us. We're afraid of the unknown. Okay, what happens if I really do? What happens if I really am successful? If I say I want to earn $100,000 a year, $200,000 a year, well, what happened? Will people like me? Will people stop liking me? Will people talk to me?
I'll have to pay taxes.
Yeah. Oh, is that funny? Oh my God.
For real. I think that's the fear. I'm going to pay them taxes. I'm like, really?
Okay, excuse me. You ain't making no money. What you paying taxes on now? Okay, if you make some money, you go to Crystal and she'll tell you how to reduce your tax liability.
You live like this
to pay some taxes.
Wow.
So a lot of people, they want to keep it at a certain place. So
no, you're going to make me pay
so
more
they get
taxes.
A return at the end of the year.
And you want to say, and that's the other thing, helping people understand, and I fought this with my son. If I get up and go to work every day, I know how much I'm going to earn. If I work for myself, I don't. Okay, so somebody else is dictating what they think you might be worth.
Right.
And so you go work for them and you hope and pray that they're still in business at the end of the 2 weeks when they owe you.
Exactly.
Right. Or they don't arbitrarily come in and say, you know what, everybody's fired today.
Or who was it told me? One of my girlfriends said, they came to her job and they brought a bus, one of those big buses, and told everybody to get on the bus. And she said, get on the bus for what? They wouldn't tell them. She said, no, I'll follow you in my car. She said, no, I'm not getting on no bus. I don't know where we're going. They wouldn't tell nobody. They took the people off-site to fire everybody because they didn't want them to tear up the building.
Wow.
I believe it.
Okay, so...
But the fear, right?
But the fear, okay.
You've worked to, you've given the best hours of your life to, you worked up to them for 20 years, and that's how they treat you.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me this. Would you rather have them hold your security, your future, or you hold it yourself? See, I'd rather hold it myself. I know one of my mentors told me a long time ago, he said, as an entrepreneur, you can take off any day you want to take off. You don't have to work. He said, but just know, 90 days from today,
you won't get
when
paid.
You don't have no money, remember that day you took off. That's all. He said you can take off as long as you want. And so what I encourage people to do is to really think through this. Why is it that you want to do? And I don't like people selling people pie in the sky. That's one of my pet peeves. Here's the deal. $50 a month consistently is life-changing. Yeah. If I walked up and handed you a $50 bill today, and 30 days from today I came back and handed you another $50 bill, and then, wait a minute, I'm going to keep handing it to you every day, every month. then you could make a plan with that $50. Yes. That's not a lot of money. If you can't make $50 a month doing your widget, you got the wrong widget.
You're right. You're not even trying.
Okay.
You got a whole month to make $50,
and you couldn't figure it out.
Right.
And the story I always tell is my girlfriend and I used to get January 1st. We get on the phone. This is the year my business is going to make $50,000. And it didn't happen. Next year, this is the year because remember I told you I made all the mistakes, okay? Right. This is the year my business is going to make $50,000 a year. I remember one year her sister said, but who besides the two of you even know you're in business? Oh, we were mad at her, okay? How dare you say that? Okay, you brought it too close. The year that I made $50,000, when things turned for me, I made $50,000 in 3 months. And then it changed from then. And then I had to sit down and look back what was different. Mm-hmm. And then went on to make six figures for years in a row until the economy changed. Yeah. And then I'm transparent about that. I made 2 mistakes that when I say them, Crystal gonna laugh because we all know better. Okay. Mm-hmm. One was I let no one client should ever be more than 25% of your business. Right. Yes. And I always finish it with, I don't care if they are the second largest school district in the nation. Right. Okay, thought I had insulated myself, but when LAUSD said no consultants, and I was a consultant, no matter that I had it at 3 different schools, didn't consultants.
Matter, because they were the only one employee.
It wasn't even supposed to be that. Well, watch this. One of my schools got a grant so that we would be there for 7 years, and they confiscated the grant. Okay, so
an external person that has power over your earning power.
Okay, right. And then the second thing that I made a mistake was you're always supposed to be marketing your business. Yes, and I had stopped marketing because we were already at capacity, and to go any further, I was going to have to make some changes, and I was trying to decide whether or not I wanted more schools. Blah blah blah. Well, when this thing fell because all of the networking stuff I've been doing was with LAUSD schools, and then I call Inglewood or Compton or whatever. Nobody who knew me before was there anymore. Yeah. Okay, so those are 2 mistakes I made then. I bet you I will never make those again. Anytime somebody wants to give me an opportunity to come and talk about what I do, I'm there because I have to be out there doing it.
Yeah, and sometimes that's some of the giving part, right? Mm-hmm. Because, as you said, if you're sharing your knowledge, then other people, you don't know who's in the audience.
Right. Absolutely.
And that will say, wow, I need to call her because I need a consultant that will come in.
And you just don't know. And with that, if you give me just a minute, I'd like to share some things with people. I'd like to offer people to think about, especially if they're women at 50 and over, but anybody can do this. Make a list of all the things that you do on your job. You should have at least 20 on that list because, as you said, they can't take it from you. You know, every single thing, you answer letters, you answer the phone, you create, whatever it is you do, make a list of those things. And then draw a line through the activities you don't like. Because at this stage of the game, we're only doing things that we like and things that make money for us. I don't want to do it. I'm not going to do it. And then put a star by the things that you really enjoy. Okay? And then put them in order of how you like them. The ones that you like the most at the top, because that's more where your passion will come from. And after you have those in order, then send me an email, okay, at TID, which stands for The Information Diva, at theinformationdivaonline.com. And I'll do a free consultation with your things and talk about what you might do with those things you like to do. Because the sky is the limit as far as what people think in terms of, well, I'm going to be a doctor, lawyer. It used to be doctor, lawyer, Indian chief, whatever. Okay, here's the deal. There is a job, there is a product, a service, a widget with whatever you know how to do and like to do. All you want to do is think about who would pay for it. And they don't have to pay a lot because remember, we started off with just $50. You got to be able to make $50 a month because you got to learn somewhere. I don't encourage people to set the goal. I always tell them, the sky is the limit. You can make as much money as you're willing to work hard to make. But learn how to do business on something you already know how to do. Because doing business doesn't matter what business you're in. If you know how to do business, you can do anything with it. So learn it on something simple. Get all the kinks worked out on the simple stuff. And then you can go on to the more complicated or whatever and make, if you want to make $1 million, go ahead.
And one of the things I found out, I'm sure you found out, and you found out through your experience, your business is going to evolve anyway.
Yes.
Because when I started out, all I really did was bookkeeping.
Exactly.
And then bookkeeping became a component of training and coaching that my business contracts. Then it moved and evolved, and after the recession there was no money to manage. I became a full-time coach and speech and trainer because I had to evolve and I had to go acquire some more skills, do some more research, and then those are the products I was selling. And now that's the core of what my business is.
And it always is changing. And we live in an awesome time because you could actually go online and learn brain surgery if that's what you want to do. You can learn how to do brain surgery online.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can't watch a YouTube video and you got it down.
Who is it? Harvard?
Brain anatomy.
Okay. Harvard offers free classes online. No, you're not going to get a degree from them like that. But remember, I make you a certificate.
Right.
So you have a certificate saying I took all these classes from Harvard. You can learn anything. We're living in a very powerful time.
Yeah.
And so I guess my concern is helping women over 50 understand that, because when I love them is when they come to me and I ask them, okay, give me your email address. Oh, I don't have email. Sweetheart, you cannot not have email and call yourself in business. Right. Oh, I'm not going to do that technology stuff. Well, then you're not fixing the work. I don't know what to tell you.
You don't plan on making any money.
In fact, it was so funny at the Business Expo. I can't tell you how many women that were selling books and had no means to take a
credit card.
Yeah. They had no. I mean, you can get a Square for free,
PayPal,
a PayPal on your phone, a Cash App, and that goes right in. I just learned about that one the other day, and you just put it in and send the money, and if they're sitting there, you hear ching ching, and it goes right there into their account.
And when we're doing that, and you go like, at the Black Writers on Tour, one of the saddest things I see with people is they come in with a box of books and they leave with the same box of books. Mm-hmm. Because when you wrote your book, you didn't think about who you were writing it for or why. And because I help people write books and get them done in 60 days. Don't take forever. You ain't writing War and Peace. Okay? We're not trying to get you a Pulitzer Prize. Okay, I'm not trying to do any of that. But a little book like this, once it gets to be 97 pages, you're now on book 2. Okay, what you write the book for? What's the purpose of the book? I love it when I say, "Well, who's your book for?" Everybody? No, baby. Everybody ain't fixing to read your book.
No.
Okay.
Right. Exactly.
Who is the book for? Why did you write it? What do you want? My books are designed to be read in 2 hours or less and to fit in your handbag. Hence the Handbag Academy. Okay.
Wow.
Learn something in 2 hours. Stick that book in your purse and keep moving.
So as we were talking earlier, so what the hell were you thinking? That's our next book. That's going to be my first book.
When is that going to be done?
That's our collaboration. You know what? The group of us are going to sit down and choose a date, and it needs to be no more than 90. It has to be less than 90 days because I don't spend all the time doing it. And it's a matter of deciding, like with our book, and let me plug our book again. What the hell were you thinking? Okay, but it's going to have, now we know it's going to have categories. There's going to be one on health.
Yes.
Okay, we're going to be doing entrepreneurship. We're going to be doing women. We're going to be doing men. Right. Because, for real, the way that came is, Crystal and I were standing in the middle of the floor watching things happen around us, and you go like, what the hell were they thinking?
Let me tell you what's exciting about collaborating and writing a book. I co-authored 2 books. Okay. So I'm here in L.A., and James Mullencheck, who's a national speaker.
Oh, I know James Mullencheck.
He's speaking in Vegas, but I co-authored a book with him. I'm on the back of the book, and I'm talking about fitness, and there's no other fitness person in there. Okay. So I'm getting a call while he's on stage, and someone's booking me for an event based on him. Because if I'm in a book with him, so I'm going to be in a book with you.
Yeah.
Okay. I always get paid. I'm going to be in a book with you, right?
Okay. Yeah. This is going to be exciting. And that's the whole thing, is helping people understand. Yes. But now what I will tell you about this lady here, and I'm just meeting her, she invests in what she believes in. Yeah. Because you ain't no book with James Mullencheck for free.
No, it costs the money.
Oh, okay. You have to pay
3
to play.
books.
And so here we go again. Just like I don't want to pay for taxes, I ain't going to pay them to show me how to do it. Right. Okay, so I tell people, if you want to write a book, I can show you how to get your book published for $2.50. really, $2.50. Because when you come to me and you say, I don't have money to post, do you have $2.50?
Yeah.
Then somebody said, oh, yeah, well, I said, okay, but I charge for, then it's not $2.50.
Yeah.
I said,
When you can show them that this book is going to pay for itself, because I can take in a speaking engagement with no money, but I got my books and sell. I walked out with $750, but I was booked for nothing.
Right.
Took it, walk out with $750 because I sold books in the back of the room.
Okay,
So
but because you were willing to invest and learn the process.
Right.
Okay, so here's what this lady, and so I said to the lady, I said, so do you really think I work for $2.50? Well, I thought you were just that I was going to just give away. I said, you sat in my workshop and I gave you a lot of information. Did you take notes? I said, just do what I told you. That'll get you started. Okay? Because we all had to start somewhere. So I'm not that person. But it's like, no, we have to be willing to invest in ourselves.
You have to be able to invest in yourself and invest in your future. And whatever you're doing in business is an investment. And you have to buy a computer. You investing in being able to move your business to that next level. So that's one of the things our small business owners have to recognize, that those of us that are out here coaching, we invested in the learning processes so that we now can share that information with you, and we share it freely. But when we talk about the real meats and the meat and potato, then you got to pay for the meat, the dinner.
Okay, because we did. Nobody gave it to me free.
Right.
I was totaling it up one day, and we're looking like somewhere between $60,000 and $70,000. Okay, it's like, hello, excuse me, you've invested, and I don't mind sharing if I can help anybody. And so now you guys got me on tape saying it. If you need some help, give me a call. Let me see what I can do. But am I going to sit and walk you through it for free? Oh,
no. It's got to be an investment. Deborah, we can stay here forever, but we have another wonderful guest out there. That
I know. You guys make it fun. You guys make it fun.
This is a fantastic platform for getting your message out there. I tell you, podcasting is the best marketing tool that I have come across.
Right.
Okay.
My show last week, I boosted it on Facebook, and it was live. We broadcast live on YouTube.
Okay.
For the studio, and then we broadcast live at my RBD Facebook page.
Wow.
We're my personal Facebook page, and Dawn is doing it on her Facebook page. So with the RBD one, I boosted that for $18 last week.
Okay.
And we got 3,000 views.
See, girl, I'm not going to spend $18 to pay for Facebook. Facebook's supposed to be free.
What the hell were you thinking?
You go like, are you kidding me?
Right.
You got to start somewhere, right? I mean, we want to monetize our show, so that's what we're doing. We're building an audience.
And congratulations.
So more than $18.
Right.
But that's the goal. So that's our goal.
Congratulations on that. And I think people need to hear that, So where I'm predicting for you, I want you to get on Facebook Watch. That's where we got to go. Okay, because that's the next.
Have you heard of that?
Oh, Facebook got its own live TV stuff going on.
Oh, yeah, we're going to talk. We're going to sit down and get our collaboration going on in the next 60 days.
Okay.
And so we can do what we need to do.
Absolutely.
So tell them one last time how they can reach you.
Okay. TID at theinformationdivaonline.com, and I give you a free consultation if you contact me. Once also, if you're interested in free training, and we sometimes are, the Cerritos Workforce is featuring me for 4 Tuesdays in a row starting May 22nd, and it's entitled "For Women Over 50, If Not Now, When?"
Oh, fantastic. If you send me that information when I edit the show, and I'm going to send you a copy of the show.
Okay.
I'm a little backlogged right now, but I just hired my nephew, so he's going to be editing and putting the titles on. And then we can put that information in the description. And we'll clip it up and we can send it out.
Sounds really good. Okay. This is wonderful. I want to thank you so much.
It's been great.
It's great having you.
Yeah,
thank you. And when you get your own show, Dawn, hey.
Oh, I have a show.
She has a show. She's actually on
AccelerateRadio.net on Mondays at 11 a.m.
Okay. So you have to tune in.
But I was thinking more in terms of when you come here, because you're trying to take this over.
No, I can't take this over. They're too powerful. All I can do is be a little piece to what they got going on, and I'm loving that.
Yeah, and we're loving her as well. She is working it. So we're going to take a quick station break, and then we'll come back. We'll bring Miss Melanie Perry up, and she's going to share some amazing financial tips and how to empower our sustainable wealth.
Wow.
and how to become financial literate. And she's written several books.
Yes.
I feel you guys are all authors. Okay, 60 days, girl. I
Okay.
got to get a
You
book.
gotta get a book.
I got to get a book.
And the wonderful thing, so while y'all still listening,
Hello,
you can dictate
meet
it if
Larry.
you don't want to type. You
Larry.
can have it done.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's what we're going to do. All right. So we'd like to take a picture. I don't have. Oh.
Hello, meet Larry. Larry is a general contractor. Larry is very good at his craft, but Larry has a very tough time managing his paperwork because he is busy taking care of his clients' needs. Larry just cannot find his important business documents when needed. Larry is also being passed over for bid opportunities from prime contractors because he is perceived as not ready. He doesn't know where his business license, certifications, insurance, and other key corporate documents are located most of the time. Lucy owns an auto body and collision repair shop and has been using a business management and procurement assistance program called Small Biz Pro to keep her business organized, business ready, contract ready, and bank loan ready. Small Biz Pro is a 3-in-1 cloud-based business management, procurement, and market research assistance system designed to help businesses become business ready, contract ready, and bank loan ready. It also provides back-office operation solutions for small businesses. Lucy is able to stay ahead of her competitors because she uses Small Biz Pro to manage her business daily. Lucy just clicks on Small Biz Pro from her tablet, mobile phone, laptop, or any internet-accessible device for data retrieval, and she's got it. Lucy introduces Larry to Small Biz Pro, and now Larry is more organized and can now find all of his documents and new bid opportunities in seconds. Larry now saves $120 in labor costs for each missing or misplaced document. Just simply go to your web browser and log into smallbizpro.net and register today for a limited 30-day free trial offer. Services start as low as $1 per day. Let's put the competition out of business. Small Biz Pro. If you stay ready, you don't need to get ready. Register now at smallbizpro.net and begin saving money. Email info@smallbizpro.net or call 626-533-1186.
Each year, the state of California contracts for billions of dollars of goods and services. We as a state can and should leverage our spending power to achieve policy goals that help the people of California. One major policy goal we have is to create jobs and grow our state economy. Promoting the development of small businesses within California is a great way for us to do that, because California small businesses are the engine of economic growth. 95% of companies in California are small businesses, and with the right opportunities, these small businesses can grow to become the next Apple, Netflix, or Tesla. So let's all do our part to promote small business development and grow our state economy. Together, we can really make.
Hello, this is Dr. Rosa Milligan, self-appointed mayor of South Central. You're invited to Harriet Tubman Town Hall meeting Tuesday, May 22nd, 6:30 p.m., the New Power of Love, 1430 West Manchester Avenue, LA, 323-750-3592.
This is a closed-door meeting. No media, no cameras. Topics for discussion cannot be announced. Dr. Rosie will share the backbreakers for the Black community and what must be done now that this is an election year.
We must decide the direction for our community today. We don't have time to wait. Don't miss the Town Hall meeting Tuesday, May 22nd, 6:30 p.m. in the New Power of Love Ministry, 1430 West Manchester, 323-750-3592. I am looking to see you.
Hello, meet Larry. Larry is a general contractor. Larry is very good at his craft, but Larry has a very tough time managing his paperwork because he is busy taking care of his clients' needs. Larry just cannot find his important business documents when needed. Larry is also being passed over for bid opportunities from prime contractors because he is perceived as not ready. He doesn't know where his business license, certifications, insurance, and other key corporate documents are located most of the time. Lucy owns an auto body and collision repair shop and has been using a business management and procurement assistance program called Small Biz Pro to keep her business organized, business ready, contract ready, and bank loan ready.
And we are back, the Business Zone with Crystal and Gilbert. Gilbert is out of town, although he called in a little while earlier. And my special guest host in the absence of Gilbert, and she's doing a fantastic job, Miss Dawn Strozier.
I am here.
We just had the best conversation with Deborah Thorne.
We did.
And now we're going to have an awesome conversation talking about the subject that I absolutely love.
Yes.
Money. So Miss
more in my pocket, right?
Melanie Perry, she's a certified financial planner. She has been helping people create sustainable wealth by making wise decisions for nearly 2 decades. She also looks like a child. We just look good.
Youthful. Not like a child.
I'm sorry, youthful.
You look like a child.
She is known for making financial concepts easy to understand, which helps people to make sound and empowering financial decisions. Melanie caters to working with professional women by providing solid strategies that work. Her passion for financial literacy extends for educating women and girls about the basics of money management through her financial literacy company, Zillionaire Enterprises. She has been recognized by many national organizations for these efforts, including the Los Angeles Women's Chapter at the NAACP. She has authored All of the Benjamins, Helping People Create Wealth in the Midst of Financial Insanity, and Jonathan and Geneva, The Adventures of Zillionaire Kid, her latest book for elementary children. Welcome, Melanie. We're so happy
to have
me. Yes. Now, I've known Melanie since she literally was a child.
Yes.
And that says how old I am. But she was, we went to the same church. And we went to the same church, and her parents sat in the pew in front of us, and I sat in the pew behind. And you know how you go to church and you have your pew?
Yeah.
At Fame, we were that was my pew.
Yeah, we're not supposed to be claiming that church.
You ain't supposed to be claiming it, but everybody did. And so her parents, the Perrys, they sat in, and then as life would have it, there was some other overlap. Somebody that I dated was married to her sister, and it's just one big happy family.
That's how it works.
That's how it works. So I've known Melanie since you were a little girl in your pretty pinafore dresses and patent leather shoes. And they were absolutely adorable, and she has fantastic parents. So welcome. I am so happy to have you here, sharing your words of wisdom. You have just made your mark in this arena.
Yeah. So when I started 18 years ago, I had no idea. I guess I need to get technically oriented here. I'm trying to do Facebook Live for the first or second time. But anyway, so I got into the industry 18 years ago. I had no idea that I would be where I am right now, helping little kids, understand how money works and have such an impact in people's lives.
Wow, and you have some profound strategies. I know when you were at RBD at the Breakfast Mixer, one of my friends I was Facebook Living when you were talking, and he was going, "Oh my God!" and he happens to be we have a tennis program, and so we're teaching children how to play tennis, but we also have a program called ACES, and in that we're teaching them about the tennis history, and then I'm going to incorporate an entrepreneur program, and maybe we'll get you to come in and add in the financials. So we have kids from the age of 3 all the way up to 18.
That adorable age.
Age.
Keep you on your toes.
Right, exactly. So tell us about what you do and some of the important things that people need to do when we talk about money and growing wealth.
Well, I think the first thing, which is what Zillionaire Enterprises is all about, is mindset. And Information Diva talked a great deal about that. You guys had some wonderful nuggets earlier in the show. And wealth building is really about a mindset. Just as if you are going to improve your health, it's all about that mindset. Right. So I would say that's the most critical piece, and getting over yourself. So by doing that, developing a healthy mindset, knowing that you have the power within to be able to create sustainable wealth, number one, and then get over some money myths. So one of the money myths that we have as women and that we have as minorities is, I don't want to be wealthy. I don't want to be rich. Not like that. Not like 45. Not like some of the images of wealth that we see. Not like how capitalism has enslaved us and has abused us over the years. We don't want to. So that's the psychological piece that we have, whether it's conscious or subconscious. Right. So that's some of the mindset shift that we have to take. And what I realized early on is that there's finance, right? Money management. We all know we need to save. We all know that we need to invest. It's not mind-boggling. But the issue is, do we have the proper emotional health, that financial emotion, to really be consistent with the goals that we're trying to accomplish? So number one, do I understand my worth? Do I understand my value, my talents, my contributions, right? And then two, am I comfortable monetizing them? And monetizing them in a way that's going to provide the proper amount of profit.
Right.
So therefore, again, we have to get over, I don't want to be wealthy. I just want to add an extra $1,000 to my income. No. You want an extra $10,000. You want an extra $20,000. You want to be a millionaire. Excuse me, you want gross revenues of at least $1 million. You want to become a multimillionaire. And what I'm helping people understand and breaking down, that's the reason why I wrote the first book, all about the Benjamins. What I began to see is this emotional piece, particularly in our community, that, you know, we do have many of us in the entertainment and sports industry that are making lots of money. And some of that money is being diverted back into the community. But we see a lot of materialism, you know. And so that's another imagery that we have when we think about wealth. We're not always aware of the various ways in which we're philanthropic.
And it's kind of interesting you said that, because when they were talking about the tax, new tax laws, right? And they were talking about, we're going to get you an extra $20 or whatever that crazy figure was in your paycheck. And people were buying into that. And, you know, I do payroll. So an extra nothing, there's no extra nothing, because that's the taxes.
Exactly.
So people were now they're upset because they realize that their paycheck is not an extra anything. It's not an extra $1,000 a month when you spread it out. And when you increase if you're working for somebody else and you increase your salary base, then your taxes go up along with that.
Yes.
So there was no extra anything, but they didn't understand.
For individuals, it wasn't to your favor at all.
It wasn't at all.
But for business owners?
Oh, yeah, that's where. And then
that's where you need to get in order.
Right. So you had to be on the other side of it. Now, those of us, the goal is to make over $250,000 because now you can benefit from the taxes, because it had nothing to do with your paycheck.
Right.
And then when I was working for companies and I do payroll, and I would when they would come in to decide how many withholdings, I would do it 3 or 4 different ways so that they would see exactly what the difference is. And if they were going to be making overtime, a lot of times when you make overtime, the taxes eat it up.
Right.
And so then they're like, oh my God. Or if you throw in or lump in all the vacation time and sick time all on top of that, well, where's my money? Taxes. So again, not understanding what it really means and who was really going to benefit. And that's why so many people were, oh yeah, the tax cuts, he's going to do this great thing. Not for you, he's not.
Not for the worker bees, not for the W-2. And so that's another factor. You know, again, getting back to understanding, what is my talent? What is my unique God-given talent that I'm here for a purpose to contribute and give back? That's a completely different perspective of looking at wealth in this capitalistic society. I believe in capitalism because of this idea that I'm a unique individual. We're all unique individuals, and we all have something to contribute. And that contribution has a value. And when you're able to understand the model of capitalism from that perspective, then you will be more encouraged to do your very best to become a billionaire. Yes?
Yeah.
So when you have excess, when you're able to get to that point of sustainable wealth is when your basic fundamental needs are taken care of, when your comforts are taken care of. Because ultimately, I plan to have a chef. I don't always like cooking, but I want to eat well.
So you want
and a private jet.
Right. Well, that's
Those two things, right?
Does it right. Somebody cooks for you. You just come in and sit down. You can eat healthy when somebody's cooking for you.
So that's my comfort.
Your comfort.
That's not
zone.
Excess. That's my comfort.
Comfort, right. I feel you.
Now, when I get beyond that, right, and I have an extra $1 million that I could donate, that is sustainable wealth.
Oh, okay.
That puts you in the position where, for example, I volunteered at Hillsides, and I did a financial literacy program for the transitional age youth there.
Oh.
And also did a 4-pay program.
So you two
but
need
I give,
to be doing some collaboration, huh?
I give and I get paid for what I do.
Okay.
So in that program, what I saw within the transitional age youth is that there are, every year, 1,100 kids get emancipated out of the system. And every year, there's not enough beds. There's not enough space to really take care of them, right? So I've always asked the question, do we as a people, do we as African Americans have enough money, have enough purchasing power to be able to change and have an impact in the things that we care about most, the challenges that we need to overcome, diabetes, foster care, those various
blood pressure, health issues,
all of those things
issues.
where we're the top of all the everything that's negative, right?
Right, everything that's negative.
Supposedly. But anyway, so do we have enough money? And so, interesting enough, in preparing for some of the questions you had for me today, it's a very interesting figure. So there is, let's see, in Los Angeles County, there's a, let me just look at my notes. I'm trying to go from memory. So Los Angeles County dedicates $13 million to about 3 programs for transitional age youth. $13 million. Now, here's the interesting figure. Black purchasing power, as of 2017, is now back to $1.3 trillion. That's I was running the 0.000000001% of what we can do within our own abilities to affect a change in just Los Angeles County.
And we've
got the power.
We have the power, and I've been talking about that all the day. So how do we create a movement?
Yes.
And utilizing our $1.3 trillion where it has a powerful
not even
voice.
1%. Do you hear
1%,
that?
right.
It's not even 1%. It's 0.00001%.
So how do we use that to change our status today?
First, it's awareness, because I didn't even know it was 0.00001%.
Wow, now that's nothing, right?
That's nothing.
Wow.
So that in and of itself is just like, that's just Los Angeles County. So then if we just bump it up to 10%, because that's equivalent to our tithes, right?
You're already used to your tithing.
Or 1%.
Right.
Of 13 trillion. I mean, come on now. We can certainly affect sustainable change within the problems that affect our community and those that matter to us most. So that is a yes, undoubtedly.
Okay.
Now, when it comes to awareness, right? So that's the first thing to note. Do we have the money? Because that's the issue, right? Then do we have the financial literacy, the financial education and awareness? Do we have the real desire to give? But when you look at Black philanthropy, the answer is yes. Undoubtedly, yes. When you study Black philanthropy, we are the ones that kind of redefine the whole idea of being philanthropic. Right. Going back to the Underground Railroad and even further back.
Oh, the mutual benefit companies, all of that. I mean, that's how we got started, right?
Exactly.
Was through
Not
our
always
collective...
monetarily, but through our collective efforts.
Right, exactly.
So we already have that down. Now we just need to get up on our game with finances, right? So when you get to that point of having sustainable wealth, and you're in a position now to, well, not even sustainable wealth, because you can donate 1% of your purchasing power right now. But for those that do get to that particular point, and I just lost my flow.
Let me ask this question though, so to get you back on the flow. So when we talk about awareness, which is what the Business Zone is doing, having conversations.
Awareness, thank you.
Yeah.
So my point is, when we begin to accumulate wealth, period, and now we're thinking about our estate. Now we're thinking about establishing a trust, creating a legacy.
Right.
Are we remembering nonprofit organizations as a part of our beneficiary?
So we don't have to go outside our
about-
own community for money.
Thank you. Are we thinking about establishing a life insurance policy for the purpose and benefit of XYZ nonprofit organization? You can set that up and you can get tax benefits from that still under this current tax reform. You know, are we thinking about various charitable giving strategies? Are we even aware? That's the first question.
We're not aware. We're not aware.
Are we even aware of various charitable giving strategies that will allow us as property owners? Because one asset that we as African Americans will purchase is property.
Right.
We can touch it, feel it, knock it down, build it up. When it comes to other securities,
We're not too sure about
we're getting better. We're getting a lot better in embracing investing in securities. But for one thing, the beauty of real estate is that it's helped you to provide an income. You see the appreciation, accumulation, that value. We already know the benefit of it, so that's the beauty. But I was just in a conversation with a lady the other day, and I was sharing with her this charitable giving strategy, and she was like, eh. And every time I made the, explained to her the benefit of it, she was like, oh, yeah, that's great. Then she talked to a friend. And then she comes back to me, I don't want to do that. And so she...
That's what happens. You talk to somebody else who don't know nothing and change your mind based on what they don't know.
But she heard me one time, then didn't articulate the information thoroughly.
Right.
And then that person said, oh, you don't want to do that because of this, this, and this. And then as she was explaining it to me, that's a whole different product. What I wasn't even recommending. Right? Totally different. So I re-explained it again. And then time passed, and then I re-explained it again. So, I give folks a lot of time because it's a new concept, and there's a lot of moving parts to what I express. So I might tell you 11 times or explain it to you 11 times.
And you have
because
to do that.
Number one, when I'm dealing with seniors, I take even extra care. And it's a lot of moving parts. If we're not familiar with certain concepts, it's kind of like, woo, right? But basically what this strategy will do, so the question I asked her is, you were told 50 years ago that real estate is going to be your retirement, which it can be. It's excellent. It's a great asset to have. But what are you going to do when you're 97 years old? Are you still going to be collecting rent? Even if you hire a property management firm, you express that your children really are not that interested. So then what?
You should have sold it so that you live a comfortable life.
Well, not just that, because we want to capture all the tax benefits, right? Because that accumulated equity in the property, because most of us, back at that time, we're going to pay that off. Right?
Right. Oh, yeah.
Some of us know that we want to continue to keep that mortgage on there. But some of us have that peace of mind and comfort. We paying that mortgage off, right? So then if you sell it, what happens? Capital gains.
Yeah.
Woo! We don't want to do that.
Right.
Especially if we know that there's a strategy that would allow you to continue to receive an income for the rest of your life, allow that property to transfer to a nonprofit organization upon your transition, especially when you told me that your kids are really not all that interested in the property. They're interested in receiving the legacy, but not the property and the maintenance of it. They have other ideas. So then there is a way in which you can make sure that the legacy is still transferred to your children, even though that property is going to be transferred to a nonprofit organization.
Wow.
So you still get the income that you were getting from the real estate. You're able to fulfill your philanthropic endeavors while you're living to the nonprofit organization. And you're able to fulfill your desire to make sure that your children, your sons, in this case our sons, had a legacy. Wow. All through understanding this particular strategy. So that's the thing, right? We need to continue to up our level with various more savvy, strategic ways in which we can accomplish a lot of things at once while we're still above the grave. Because estate planning doesn't mean when I'm dead all the time. This is while I'm living and breathing.
I think she would be a great Black Dave Ramsey, huh?
No doubt.
Or Susie Orsman, right? And that's what we need to hear. So you might want to think of a podcast because one of the things that I do know, if we keep repeating the same information over and over again, and it's crossing channels through all of our different voices, right? And here you can get a broad. You can get the whole entire country as opposed to just the one-on-one. And that was one of the things that last year when we'll be 2 years on the air in July. And one of the things is like, I don't want to just talk to a small little group of people in California. I want to talk to everybody across the country. We actually have listeners in Africa.
Oh, fantastic.
And when I boost the show, depending on the conversation, so last week the show was about Egypt. So we had about 15,000 views, 15,000. We reached 15,000 people last week, and we had about 3,000 people actually watching the show.
Wow.
So that's a message.
On that show.
Yeah. Yes, Don, you are that. So that's getting that message out there, right? Yeah. So we need to all be able to get that, and it makes our job a lot easier to reach instead of just, because sometimes it's frustrating.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, I know you get it. I get it. And she gets it.
And in this particular case, it's not that often that I come across a situation where all of the checkpoints were marked off for this particular strategy, because everything has to work. You have to have heirs that don't necessarily want the property, or you don't think they're responsible enough, to manage it. You have to have a philanthropic, heart and desire, right? And then you need real estate.
You need real estate. And you need to be able to...
You're perfect.
Right.
And then you need a listening ear.
Right. And then we need to talk about coming in. That's what Dr. Rosie's talking about now, is coming together to collaborate with our monies in order to buy property, because people are coming into our community. I'm reading a book right now called How to Kill a City. And you want to get this book.
Okay.
It's all about the real strategy behind gentrification. It is deep.
Wow.
And they talk, they select 4 cities, New Orleans and Katrina, and what went on behind that, New York, which was gentrified back in the 70s, right? And then San Francisco and Detroit. And then when you listen, and I'm listening to it audio, when you hear that, you understand exactly what's going on here in Los Angeles.
You got to check through the name of that.
How to Kill a City. It is. I've been putting up excerpts all week long because we all need to read that book so that we understand collectively, if we pooled our monies together, we too could buy a dilapidated piece of land, tear it down, and put up a building, a commercial building, and earn money from it, and then everybody can branch off. We have to change the mindset where we're all using our resources together in order to change our economic status in this city.
We just need to get educated, because I think a lot of people want to do it. It's just
they don't know how.
And I've never heard of that before.
Right.
Most people haven't.
I think that's...
And if I may piggyback on that, so one of the things in terms of the beds with regards to the transitional age youth, how individual people can create solutions to it right now without needing that extra million or contributing that 1%. So anyone that has investment property, let's say you have 10 units, allow 1 unit to be for transitional age youth.
Wow. Okay.
Now, that's not my idea. So like I said, I volunteered at Hillsides, and basically what they do is they own property, and I think they have a property building that has 20 units or 50 units or something like that. And so they have a certain percentage of those units for their transitional age youth, and they have to go through a program to be eligible and all of that. And I thought, how nice of a model. So you don't need to be a nonprofit organization to do that. I can own a unit myself and just connect with the organization where the child is in that program and say, My unit is available.
Wow.
So that's something we can do right now.
We can do that right now. We can do that right now. Wow. We're at the top of the 2 hours went by really, really fast. We're going to have you back on. We're going to have you back on. We'll have a part 2.
I will be back.
And yeah, you're going to be back next week. And I think, and I'd like the next one we do have you come in and talk about Hillside.
Okay.
Yeah, and then
maybe I can bring a representative.
That would be fantastic. And then I think I have Dawn coming in once a month or a couple times a month when she's not sitting in the seat as a co-guest host, giving us those tidbits of information. So 5-minute presentation, you can do it through Skype, you can call it in, however you want to do it. But so if we're going to use this platform, we can use this platform to get that information. And then if you see it's moving, and then you can have your own show, and we can all contribute to that. When I started this show, I had 2 years of guests. I didn't have to go look for them because I'd been collecting people.
Yes.
And then I can just pull in and send and everywhere I go. And because we are a wealth of knowledge in this community.
Absolutely.
Now, how do we turn that wealth of knowledge into money that changes, and we take that 1.3 trillion and put that back into our community, taking care of ourselves.
Yeah.
So we don't have to worry about 45 or any of them other lunatics that's in the office.
Because the power has always been within our hands.
It's always been. So we just got to encourage people and keep changing the mindset and repeatedly verbalizing it so that they understand. So how can they reach you and all these great books that I just read? So where can they get all about the Benjamins, helping people create wealth in the midst of financial insanity and political insanity? The Adventures of Zillionaire Kid and everything.
Well, you can reach me or go to my website at zillionaire.com, and that's ZEALLIONAIRE, and the phone number would be 877-907-2282. One thing I also want to mention is that I'm doing a couple of summer camps, and the first one is at College Bound, and it's going to be hosted at West LA College. So if you have children, nieces, nephews, daughters, sons, church members, let them know about it. It's going to be from July 9th through the 13th for 5th and 6th graders. Okay. And I'm in the process of putting together a program through Think Like a Geek. And it more than likely will be at Escuela Plus, like it was last year. Okay. So stay in tune and stay posted for more. And
you can come. I'm going to send you over a link. We're doing our Biz Camp the first week of June 13th through the 29th. And we have 25 kids there, so you can come in and recruit some of those kids. You can come in and mentor, and we can talk on the financials when they're building their show. And Dawn, how can they reach you? And then we're going to round up and out here.
Reach me on all social media at Dawn Strozier, DAWNSTROZIER. Also, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I have a boot camp. Krista will be there. If you'd like to join her, reach out to me on social media. She will be there Monday morning and Wednesday and Friday at 6 a.m. So come join us for some fun. We got a free Zumba class and a workshop once a month coming up. Stay posted. Stay tuned.
Okay, so we're going to see you. We're going to play that little MP3 clip on the way out. And Dawn and I will see you next Friday. At 3 o'clock on the Business Zone with Crystal and Gilbert. Yes. Have a great weekend, everyone.
Hello, this is Dr. Rosa Milligan, self-appointed mayor of South Central. You're invited to Harriet Tubman Town Hall meeting Tuesday, May 22nd, 6:30 p.m., the New Power of Love, 1430 West Manchester Avenue, LA, 323-750-3592.
This is a closed-door meeting. No media, no cameras. Topics for discussion cannot be announced. Dr. Rosie will share the backbreakers for the Black community and what must be done now that this is an election year.
We must decide the direction for our community today. We don't have time to wait. Don't miss the Town Hall meeting Tuesday, May 22nd, 6:30 p.m. in the New Power of Love Ministry, 1430 West Manchester, 323-750-3592. I am looking to see you.